Alright, here is the video review for the Diaclone plus Gridman. Battles Gridman is what this is called. It's kind of a cross between Diabattle and Gridman. And it starts off here, you've got the base Gridman action figure, which is a really nice looking little Gridman. He's got the right colors, ball jointed head, opposable shoulders, swivel, 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 wrist swivel, opening hands a little bit. It's got a ball jointy crunch. No waist swivel, but it kind of does there at the abs. Then there, you got the knee, you got a thigh swivel, ball joints down at the feet. Actually, maybe it's not a ball joint. It's a wibble, front and back, side to side wibble on the feet. But all in all, a decent little 5-inch-ish Gridman. He's got a big sword he can hold. Push that into his hand there. Close his hand around it. There we go. Use the shorter part of the sword there. Then he's got a little shield he can hold. He can fight like the Gridman that he is. You can also, if you want, kind of close this up, turn this into a little axe. And you can, of course, take this and slide the sword through it for the combined weapon there. So he can power up and fight things on his own as Gridman. Now he comes with this kind of Diabattles-esque glider thing here. Little jet. There's a little Diaclone pilot in the cockpit here. He can ride it. You can ride it with his sword. Kind of like Green Goblin it. No Way Home in theaters December 17th. Anyway, so you can ride it like that. You can just take this and you can store this in either direction. You can have it facing backwards. There's a little clip that will hold the sword like that. So you can have it facing backwards like that. You can have it facing forwards. Like that, if you want. But you can fly around and do cool things on his little Diaclone Goblin Glider. You can also, this little jet here, it attaches back here. You can slide it, hold this forward. You can slide this forward. And then collapse the little jet here like that. And it's a little jet, like, again, you get a little transparent plastic Diaclone pilot. But these are already small and wee, and transparent plastic, I don't know how much I'm going to play with him because I don't want to break it. But like I said, the jet can extend, jet can collapse. You can fold the landing gear up. And then you can fold this piece down. And then if you have the little Grid Battle suit or any power suit, it can plug into the back like that. Well, the pictures said that it could plug into the back with these up. Maybe I just need to bring them forward a little bit more. Well, see, now they're getting in the way. Oh, there they go. They just fit. There we go. So you can fly him into battle and drop him down and fight. But yeah, you can set this off. And what's really cool here, so you've got the jet, you've got the glider. Once this jet is out, this little guy, you can have that as a support fighter. Because this is what's cool. It comes in all the separate armor pieces in the box and shows you how to attach them. And it tells you how to make this jet, shows you how to attach them to the Gridman. But once this jet is built and you take this piece out, this right here, I think you know where I'm going with this. If you extend it out like that, slide these to the end, slide these all the way up, open these panels. Open these panels. Go ahead and take this off as well, the sword. You can take Gridman. Now this is not going to be graceful. Maybe you could do it as cool as the cartoon, but yeah, put him so his hands are in the fist, so he's in that kind of transformation pose, like twing. Point his feet, and you take this, you slot him in here. Make sure these are all lifted up. Make sure this is fully extended all the way up. Bring these back a little bit here. Slot him in like that, and then make sure there's some peg holes on the back in here that peg into the back of his legs. So peg those in. Then this piece is on a little tab here, but you can slide this forward, or you can plug this into his back up here, like that. And then this waist belt piece is on a little tab, but can slide forward and plug into his back, and then the belt folds around him and collapses like that. Angle the wings down like this, so he's in that power pose. And then, now this may not work 100% here, with his fist, with his thumb facing forward here, this piece right here slides up the wing, and you want to make sure these pieces snap onto the pieces on his arm. So slide it all the way up, and once that's snapped in, you can see his fist comes out right here, and there's an opening in here, so now this has come loose. But before we do that, this piece right here slides down, and we'll plug into his, actually, want to rotate it up like this, because there's a peg inside here that pegs in to this slot right here on his shoulder. So this up, rotate it like that, slide it down, make sure that clicks into place, and then the wing comes free. There's an opening there. Can rotate back like that. Same thing on this arm. Slide it up, and make sure it comes all the way up and attaches to his arm. Do that in like that. Rotate this up so it's like that. Slide it down. Snap it onto his shoulder. Actually, his shoulder's a little forward there. There we go. But make sure it plugs in. There we go. And you can fold that wing back. Oh, that one didn't plug in all the way. But if it comes off, it snaps on like that, and then you can angle the drills down. This piece can fold and lift this up. Folds down over his head. Make sure his head's back far enough. Folds down over his head, down onto his chest. Then you close it up. Make sure his head's back. Come on, head. His head should, there we go. Close that over his head. Close this up on the front of his legs. And if you push back here on these, there's a little piece on this gray bit that push both of those, and it will, you can see this little piece right here will extend and pop these off. And then you can slide the guns up, rotate these around, unpeg those, and fold these panels up. And there, he is now all armored up, straight off the jet. That's really cool. Again, I wish this had gone on a little bit more gracefully. And you can transform it back. Again, it takes a little bit of effort because you want to make sure you have the wings angled at just the right bit for those pieces to fit into these cutouts here. And then you can slide them off. The arms have some, the arms do like to pop off a little bit. They've got some little grappling claws here. The wrist has a swivel, and you can open up the hand there. But he's got like a grappling claw there. He's mostly as articulated as he, these should plug into his leg. They don't just flop up, they actually have a tab that locks in there. But even here, see, there is even a joint, so he's still got his knees. Like his normal feet are in there, but he's got new feet here on these pieces. And he can also hold his weapon like that. And you can, if you want, tilt. You can tilt these up forward. You can kind of angle the wings up and tilt this up so the guns can come forward over his shoulders. Actually, let me see. Guns are like way up here. He's got really tall with the guns. So yeah, he's got claw attack. He's got sword attack. He's got claw attack on both arms. He's got drills on his shoulders. He's got the laser guns that can stay here on his back, and wings. He can fly around. Again, kind of like a mix between Thunder Gridman and Dia Battles. And you can, if you want, if you just want the base, you can take this whole wing pack off. It's separately attached here by a couple of. You gotta wiggle it. Don't get too hard. You see that this just pegs in right here, and this is the tab that the crotch piece has onto. This plugs in right here, but you can take that off and just have kind of a basic Thunder Gridman here. But that's a fun little toy. I'm really happy with it. That's probably my favorite Diaclone thing I've gotten. I do like the little grid suit too. But yeah, there is Battles Gridman from the Diaclone Gridman. The Gridman Universe Diaclone figures. That one I highly recommend picking up. If you're into Diaclone, it's a fun addition to your Diaclone collection. If you've been watching Gridman and Dynazenon, as I have, it's a nice little toy. But there is Battles Gridman check it out. Like I said, this one I highly recommend. I'm really having a lot of fun with this. It's not as I don't know. It goes well, but it's not as many loose little parts like a lot of Gridman sets are, or not Gridman, Diaclone sets are. And honestly, you could even, if you wanted to, you could put the little Gridman, if you want to print this is the spirit of Gridman in the mech, you put the little Gridman that came with the Grid Battle suit in there. There's a story behind it. The book, the package comes with like one of the manuals is just that here's the story behind this universe. I don't read a lot of Japanese, so I haven't read the whole story yet, but I'm sure it's translated out there somewhere. Anyway, Battles Gridman, very, very cool. Check it out.